Greetings from the House of Ra. We have more spiritual work to get done here. Today I will be presenting to you something a bit different from my previous posts. There is a book by Bhagwan, Afrika that directly addresses the historical plight and the responsibility of black people as well as all other races here in America and around the globe. I will be reading snippets from the preface, foreword, and the introduction. A newly added digital book which aptly addresses a myriad of issues for African peoples and can also serve the best interests for survival of all humanity in this 21st century is the Sankofa Dharma, the Recovery of Original African Consciousness and Identity, Volumes 1, 2, and 3. It is hoped that many people will receive some benefit from this publication. Radasis, initiates, will doubtlessly find that besides being a source of inspiration and deeper insights into their cultural and spiritual heritage, one can be led to ultimate happiness, right here and right now, provided they possess the seriousness and maturity to engage in this most precious sadhana being offered. Rasheka Ma'at. Foreword. Growing up as a black child in America, I was told to be somebody, and that slavery was a shameful event for black people. It was a sign of our weaknesses, a black taboo. We were weak then, so you must not think about it. You must only think about getting stronger. So I was taught Black American history by those who thought this kind of knowledge would benefit me, keep me strong as a runaway slave, and make me strive for excellence and equality like the freedom marchers of the 60s. I was taught to be successful, to be all that I could be, and to pray to Jesus Christ, God's only begotten Son, and be saved from all the suffering that I must undergo to achieve becoming somebody. And then, of course, I would be happy. But in spite of all my efforts to follow the script I was given, I still suffered, and everyone around me suffered too. I asked, why are black people still suffering? I then asked the perennial question, who am I? Our history is about love, not shame. The suffering our ancestors went through was not a sign of weakness. It was a sign of their love and sacrifice for us. We do not need to become successful in the eyes of the European world. We only need to be Africans who have already built great civilizations. We do not need to pray to their gods, for the kingdom of God is already in us. We do not need to be saved. We only need to remember the wisdom of Sankofa. African is not about color. It is about something spiritual. It is about self and God realization. It is through this process of Sankofa that one is able to recognize one's true self, one's own divinity, and with self-recognition, one recognizes God. Sankofa is the process that enables us to create Ma'at. If we can begin to see that all is a manifestation of God, then we can become responsible for ourselves as well as others. This responsibility is defined as love. We become accountable for being the demonstration of this love through reciprocity. Rasheka Ma'at. Introduction. This work by Bhagwan Afrika does what until now has been impossible. It sets out in concise language the need for people of African descent to reclaim their original consciousness, the consciousness that created heaven on earth, without being offensive to those of other ethnic groups. What sets this profound book apart from other African-centered books is its emphasis on spiritual development, based on the wisdom of the ancients. This ancient wisdom, once tapped into, in and of itself will propel one forward and lead to the attainment of mental and spiritual liberation. The ancients taught that the beginning of wisdom is to know thyself. Though their admonition spoke to the deeper aspects of the self, in order to gain those deeper insights, one must know oneself on the material level, i.e., one's own history, and the history of one's people. With the acquisition of self-knowledge, we then become conscious of our place in history. When we become conscious of our place and responsibility, which leads to a positive self-image or self-acceptance, there is a possibility of forming a cohesive bond with others based on mutual respect. Once the possibility of unity is glimpsed, true power can be attained, which will lead to true freedom. That is the message Bhagwan Afrika wishes to convey. True freedom begins with mental liberation. We will then be in a position to build that culture of God men and God women he envisions. Stay tuned. More to come. Rashikama.